Okay, I will be rejoining the meeting. Whoever become the host, please make me co-host. Cool. Is all tabs for chat box. Cool guys, it's visible. I'm able to with the chat box. And is it a normal strength of the classroom or strength has been dropped?
So normally there are like 15, 17 people.
Okay, but now it's 10. That should not be the case. Just give me a minute, guys. System is stucking a lot. I don't know what's the reason. Guys, are you able to view the screen? Cool. So are you aware about two pointers? How does two pointer work? Yes, no? No, two pointer is not being taught. Cool. So we'll start our discussion with the two pointers. So let me make sure what's the agenda for today's class. We will be discussing two pointers and we will be discussing insertion sort. And are you clear with the recursion? Guys, recursion has been also not taught. Cool. So the agendas for today's discussion is two pointers and insertion sort. Cool guys, I guess recursion would be covered when you're learning trees, graph and advanced topics, because recursion is being used while solving the problem statement regarding trees. So maybe that's why it's been postponed. Cool guys. Now I'll give you an array. Okay. Yes, Rashti will continue teaching. Are you not liking the way I'm teaching? Are you facing any issues with it? Okay, so can you be clear with that? What issues you are facing? Interactive. You're good with me. See guys, everyone has different level of interaction. So anyone else has any issues? Am I not clarifying your doubts? problem in depth, she goes. Cool, cool. See, everyone has different ways of presenting the content. Now the point is, what I believe you should be in a position to solve the problem statement if it is given by the interviewer. Okay, you're okay with the way I teach? Cool, guys.
Yes, sir. Once again, you are not in the Telegram group. Any question I ask, it doesn't go to you.
Yeah, sure. Your instructor will respond to it, and I will ask Ashok to add me in that group as well.
And whatever you taught, the
Mhm.
whiteboard link is not there. The code is also not there. Like you taught
Okay,
about hash.
sure. I'll share the whiteboard. Like I have asked admin to post it over there. I think it has been missed. So I'll ask them to post it over there once again.
Actually, the thing is, it is so complex. If I don't follow it the very next hour, it
Mhm.
is sublime. It goes up here.
Agreed with you. So that's why I shared the link in the chat box itself.
Actually, those chat thing is not copyable.
So just click on the link. It will open in your browser. From there, you can copy it.
So I tried last time, it didn't work. Kishan had to copy it. I don't know how he did it.
Others were you able to just click on that link, which I have shared on the whiteboard, like long back. Yes, it worked that way. So, okay, I'll ask the admin to post it immediately. Is it fine?
Okay. And regarding this two pointer, she did talk about in queues, there is a rear pointer and a front pointer.
Cool. But
Uh,
the topic two pointer is not been covered, right? We will cover it.
I, yeah, I don't know what is two pointer.
So I'm gonna teach you, no?
Okay.
Okay, cool guys. Let's
And
continue.
in hashing, I have some doubts.
Okay, so you can ask me at the end of the session. It's not the right time to ask.
Okay.
Okay. So once you're done with the topic, you can ask the question. You can put forward it. Cool guys. Shall we continue? Okay. Now, let's say you're given the value of k. You're given the value of k, and let's say k is equal to 40. K is equal to 40. Can you tell me pair of elements, if I will add them, it's equal to 14? Guys, pair of elements, when I'll add them, it should be equal to 14. 9 plus 5.
11 plus 3.
Okay. One more thing, guys. Please write down the answer of the chat box. If you have any queries, you can take the permission, then you can unmute and you can make it clear, right? It should not disturb the flow. Cool, guys? Right. So 9 plus 5, it's equal to 14. 11 plus 3 is equal to 14. Anything else? If we'll sum it up, it should be equal to 14. Can I say 7 plus 7? If you'll add, it will be equal to 14. Am I correct? 7 plus 7, if I will add, it will be equal to 14. Now, if you notice, 7 and 7, both are present in the third index. Both are present in the third index. Like index is same. If index is same, you should not consider it. That means this is the wrong solution. Array of I and array of j should be equal to k. And what's the second condition? I should not be equal to j. Is it clear to everyone? Now, I want you to come up with the brute force solution. I want you to come up with the brute force solutions. Okay. You know why I am teaching you these topics? Anyone has any idea? No? Um, right. The idea was recently, like there are lots of batches which has been finished on the Ashok IT, and we got excellent results. We were able to place the students in the, like you can say, Intel, JPMC, and lot more other companies with an excellent packages. One thing we pointed find it common, they were not able to understand sometimes what interview is going to explain. Suppose he is given the problem statement, they were finding it hard to explain. They were not asking enough questions to make problem statements clear. Or if interviewer is giving the hints, they were not able to take it. So deep down, when we try to understand what's the actual reason why it's happening, so we figure it out. Students are so much habituated with the instructor discussion of that particular problem statement. If that flow is being changed, they're finding it hard. It was one of the observation. So we want to break that myth for you guys. Doesn't matter who is teaching, doesn't matter what's the content. Even someone is coming in the middle of the topic and teaching something, you should be in a position to grasp it. You should be in a position to understand what's the agenda of today's session. So does it seems to be reasonable to you? I'm asking your views. That's what we have observed. Okay, correct. Okay, cool guys. Let's continue. Okay. Now, can you tell me the brute force solution and its complexity? So O of n square, two loops, O of n square, two loops. How your two loops will run? Yes, go ahead, Vishnu. What's your approach?
So my approach would be,
Hmm,
yes, of course, two for loops,
hmm,
and the array of I plus array of j
hmm.
should be equal to 14.
Equal to
Then,
k.
huh? Equal to
Equal to k.
k. Yeah, equal to k. Else continue. So in for loop, I'll put an outer
Your outer
label
loop will go from where to where?
from 0 to n and n minus 1.
N minus 1. Okay, 0 to n minus 1. Your inner loop will go from where to where?
It will be from 1 to,
Why 1?
because a I and I is not equal to j.
Okay. So initially I is 0. You're starting your loop with 1. Correct?
Yeah.
In the next iteration, I will be equal to 1. Again, you're starting your loop with 1. Does it make sense?
uh,
Guys, it's
yeah,
a
it
brute
does.
force. Think. What about others? You can respond to the chat box. What should be the beginning value of my inner loop? Cool. See, one of the simplest way would be I0. You can also run j equal to 0 to n minus 1. And internally, you can make sure that if I is not equal to j and array of I plus array of j, if it's equal to k, I'm done. Can I take it in this manner? Everyone? Is it a valid solution? Actually, it's going up to the n, and you know that we ignore the last index. And if it's possible, then you will return true. Else, at the end of this for loop, you're not able to find any pair which satisfies both the conditions, you will return false.
Actually, our goal is to find the pointers I and j, not boolean.
No, we just simply have to return true or false. So if you need to return the booleans, what you can do, you can return an array, new array of I comma j. Or if you're not able to find, you can return new array of minus 1 comma minus 1. Because if it's minus 1, index does not exist, that means I'm not able to find the value.
Okay, got it.
Cool. Does it satisfy? Everyone are able to understand the solution? Shall I move forward with this approach? Okay. Now let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. I is going from 0 and your j is going from 1. Sorry, j is also 0, 0 comma 0. Is it valid combination? Is it a valid combination? Guys, is it a valid combination 0 comma 0? No, right? I should reject it immediately. The next one would be 0 comma 1. Then it would be 0 comma 2, 0 comma 3, 0 comma 4, and so on. Let's consider that array has only 5 values. Let's consider that. Okay. What will happen next time? What will happen next time? Your I is incremented to 1. You will be checking 1 comma 0, 1 comma 1, and then 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3, and 1 comma 4. Can I say that 1 comma 1 is invalid? And it doesn't matter whether you're writing 1 0 or 0 1, same thing. Adding the values present in the index 1 and index 0, or index 0 and index 1, it will give the same result. So it's a duplicate thing which I am computing. Agreed? Next time I value will become 2. It will become 2 comma 0, 2 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 2 comma 3, 2 comma 4. So 2 has been rejected. 2 comma 1 is equal to 1 comma 2, and 2 comma 0 is equal to 0 comma 2. So is it making sense that j should start with 0? What can be a simple way to improve the efficiency? See, at the end big O will remain n square, but j should start with which value? As per you and as per your understanding, j should start with, Kishan, your answer was correct. Others think, array, I is 0, j is starting with 1. When I is 1, j is starting with 2. When I is 2, j is starting with 3. Are you able to view this pattern? So can I say that j should start with I plus 1 and my problem is solved? Everyone, does this observation make sense to you? I plus 1, correct? Shall we move forward? Brute force is done. Now, now I'll have some observation. I'll have some observation. Now, what's the observation? Cool. The observation is, let me change the color. Earlier, it used to give varieties of color in a single go, but now they have reduced it from the new update of a whiteboard. So, okay, let's say I'm adding the values present in the 0th index and 8th index. Are you able to see that array is sorted? Everyone, array is sorted. Right, array is sorted. Now, if array is sorted, and if I'm adding 1 plus 19, sum is equal to what? And let's say that for this illustration, k is equal to 15. It's 20. Now the point is this sum greater than k, less than k, or is it equal to k? Which condition holds true? A, B, C. First one, A. Am I correct? Now what you did, you added a smallest number in an array to the greatest number in an array. Smallest number in an array to the greatest number in an array. Makes sense? If I will add any other number to 19, let's say if I will add 3 or 5 or 7 or 8, any other number, don't you think that sum will still be greater than k? Make sense? Am I allowed to reject 19? So I've rejected 19. Now it's 17 plus 1. 17 plus 1. So this is my remaining search space, right? 17 and 1. If I will add, what's the sum? If I will add, what's the sum? It's 18. 18 is still greater than k. Can I say that same observation I can apply? 1 was the smallest element in the remaining search space. And if by adding smallest number, if it is greater than 18, sorry, greater than k, of course, we will add any other number, it will still be greater than. So can I reject 17? Now I'm left with 11 and 1. If I will add 11 plus 1, what's the sum? 12. So which property holds true, first or second? Second. B1. B1 is right. Now if B is right, in the remaining search space, don't you think that to this one I have added the largest element or largest possible value? Yes or no? By adding the largest value to the one, if sum is still lesser than k, if I will add 9, 8, 7, 5, anything, it will be lesser than that. Am I correct or not? I'm making sense. So I should discard this one, and this is my remaining search space. So I've added 3 plus 11. It's equal to 14. So what I should reject? Should I reject 3 or should I reject 11? Reject 3, reject 11. What should I reject? See, one value will be rejected, right? One value will be rejected. See, till here, one was same, 1917 was rejected. Now, at this point, one was rejected. Correct? So can I say that to this 3, I'm adding the largest possible value and still the sum is lesser than k. So if I'll add any other value, it will be lesser than that. So I can reject this 3. Now my search space is 5 plus 11. 5 plus 11 is what? 16. What I should reject? 11 or 5? I should reject 11. I should reject 11, right? See, to this 11, I've added the smallest value in the remaining search space. If by adding the smallest value, if sum is greater than k, if I will add any other value, it will be greater than that. Make sense? So 11 has been rejected. Now the remaining search space is this. You are adding 5 plus 9. Sum is 14. What I should reject? 5 or 9? I should reject 5. Remaining search space is 7 to 9. 7 plus 9 is 16. What should I reject?
We never know that either we should move left or right,
We are
because
knowing that. How we are not knowing that?
so 1 second. So for example, 5 and 9 is 14, which is lower. So we are rejecting 9.
We are rejecting 5.
Maybe, huh?
We are rejecting 5.
Okay. What if there was 10 in between?
Between
Then
what?
between 9 and 10, then
Where
we
will
could
be?
not,
Tell me the index. Where it should be 10.
6.
See, the point is if 10 was over here, if 10 was over here, you would get the answer. 5 plus 10, 15. We would have got the answer.
Okay. Now, what I'm coming to is that it could move either rejecting left or right, because
Yeah,
both the
based on
sides
these
are
two conditions. Based on these two conditions. Okay, let's finish this trace.
okay. Fine.
Give me one example. I'll trace it for you. Okay. Let's move in that manner. Let's continue. So can I say that I have to reject 9? Then the value is 7 plus 8. 7 plus 8 is equal to what? Equal to 15. If it's equal to 15, I can return true or I can return the indexes. Now the point is, if let's have an assumption. Let's have an assumption that 7% is not equal to k. So either I'll move towards the left or I will move towards the right. One of the thing will happen. So 3 is present in the third index and 8 is present in the fourth index. If let's say I'm moving towards the left, can I say that it will become 4 4? Or if I'm moving towards the right, it will become 3 3. And as soon as both the indexes remain same, I should stop, because that was the second condition, because index cannot be the same. Am I correct or not? Cool. Those who are able to get it, please try to convert this logic into code. Vishnu, go ahead and give me your test case.
No, one thing I was doubtful is
Just
rejecting the left or the
just
right.
just tell the random numbers. We will discuss
Okay,
any
no,
set of random numbers.
no, I'm clear now what you're trying to say. I was just not clear that how
Hmm.
the left and right movement will
Happen.
happen and rejecting the left in that part.
Okay, so you should try to convert had okay. Um is there anyone who is still like who is stuck at the same point? It's a good point, Vishnu. Is there anyone who is facing the same thing? Like how will move towards the left or how will move towards the right? If you're stuck, I have a solution for this. You know what's the solution? 30 questions from the code chef. 30 questions from the code forces. And had you solved at least 30 questions from the hacker rank? Guys, yes, no? No? That's the reason you're not able to get it. If you would have done that, you'd be in a position to do it. Practice as much. Must.
Could you please post the link of the first two?
Code chef and code force, just Google it, code force and code chef.
Okay.
They are very famous. Like, it's not that you need to distinguish them. Okay, guys, if you want to understand, for example, you might have seen that in HackerRank or whenever you're participating in any contest, HackerRank, a story is given. With the story, you have to extract the crux out of it. Once you got the crux, you can solve it. That means the way I'm defining the problem statement, I'm not adding a story. For example, there was a person who was searching for something, but he had made the criteria. If the values, if the indexes are same, it will reject it. And if the sum of its coin is equal to the money which he has in the pocket, then only he can make the change. I can add these kinds of stories. But if you will extract that story, it means that you want to apply 2 pointers. Guys, are you getting the point? So if you want to get strong in that, please solve 30 from the code chef, 30 from the code force. I'll say that you will stuck into that. You will be in a position to solve one problem statement, two problem statement. But once you realize that, once I'm able to extract the story, it's simple. And also it's with mathematical. So it's fine. It will also help you to improve your logic. So do that. Once you are able to solve 30 questions on the HackerRank, it's a minimum requirement. Then what should you do? Solve all the questions which I have added in the HackerRank. We have added in the HackerRank. We are in a plan to add around 50 to 100 problem statements more into that, or you can say approximately 300. Problem statements are ready. Just we have to figure out the time and change the format and upload it over there. Next, once you're done with all that stuff, I'm not saying solve 300, at least 100. Once it is done, jump to the lead code and top 100 task interview questions. Reverse engineering is required. I'm not in the opinion that you should not do reverse engineering. Okay, so once you solve this 100, you're ready to sit in any company's interview, any company. So the point is everyone cannot reach that level. If you're reaching any particular level, based on that, you will get your package. because so far what I've remembered, if you're able to solve 30, 40, it's also more than enough, right? They were in a position to double their packages. So yeah. Let me keep that over there. Shall we move forward? Now, can I say that earlier,
One question, sir. In the
go ahead.
above question, what if there are multiple solutions?
Cool. If it's multiple solution, return one of the possible. But yeah, if I will mold the problem statement, it can ask you to return all the possible indexes. But it's not the topic of today's discussion. Let's build on it. Okay. Your point is correct. It can have the multiple solutions. And they can ask you to return all the possibilities, or it can ask you to return number of combinations which are giving the correct result. Okay. So the point is, initially one of the pointer was over here and another pointers are over here. If I want to put the pointer at the beginning of an array, its value should be equal to what? Its value should be equal to 0. And if I want to put the item, so a pointer at the end of an array, so it should value should be equal to what? Length minus 1. Can I say that n minus 1? N is nothing but your length. Length minus 1. Clear? Now, if you want to move towards the left, which value will modify? I or j? If you want to move towards the left, guys, move towards the left. J will be changed. J will be changed to j minus minus. And if you want to move towards the right, how you will move? I plus plus. Correct. And you know when to increment I, and you know when to increment j. Am I making sense? You know when to increment I, you know when to increment j. Cool. So as in the binary search, there were 3 conditions. Here also there are 3 conditions. I want everyone to implement this code and send me over the chat box. Okay, I should ask admin to add me over the group so that I can view what you're writing. And guys, are you using pen and paper? Yes, no? Yes? Great.
So this very question we have to do on pen and paper, take a picture and send it.
Guys, the point is I'm not in the group, so I can't view it as of now. So will it be fine if you can code it up and send it to me? Ideally, you should use pen and paper. You're doing the right thing. Now, cool. Awesome, Kishan. Your code seems to be correct. It seems correct to me. What about others? Aman, Bhuvnesh, Gaurav, Jyotsna, Mohan, Prashant, Sai, Sangram. Okay, you have also sent me the code. Yes, seems to be correct. Bhuvnesh seems to be correct. So 2 people have written the correct code, what I was expecting from them. What about others? See, you should have an habit to convert logic into code. In an interview, the discussions are of three levels. What are the three levels? First, he will explain you the problem statement. So first of all, you should be in a position to understand what he's trying to say. He wants to say something else, we understood something else, and we have written something else. That's the first step. Second, you should be in a position to explain him the logic. So what I have discussed, that was logic. Once he approve your logic, then it comes the time of coding. Why I'm saying that you should follow all the three steps. See, understanding is important. Why you should explain him the logic. The point is, you will make some mistake in the code. It's an interview pressure. It may happen that you haven't solved the problem statement before, or maybe you have done that. In any case, you can make the mistake. If you are not, if I will say that, write down the code in the notepad, कुछ ना कुछ तो गलत होगा. Agreed or not? So if he knows the logic, he can correct you. First thing. Second, the time is very short. It's an generally 1 hour interview, right? 2 minutes he will take to talk him about himself. Then he'll ask you to tell. Then he will say about 2 minutes. Then 4 to 5 minutes he will explain the problem. 10 minutes gone, remaining 50 minutes. Then at least you will take 5 minutes to think about the logic. 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever the thought process are. 45 minutes left. And you know that at the end they spend around 5 minutes for you to ask them the questions. Left us with the 40 minutes. And in that time, you have to have a discussion with him. It may happen that you're come up with the brute force solutions. He said, okay, it's fine. Can you come up with the optimized solution? Now you're thinking about the optimized solution. You have reached the halfway. I'm not saying you're super intelligent or anyone is super intelligent. It may happen that if there are 4 to 5 rounds and one of the round, you will be able to reach the halfway. He will explain you its logic. He will explain him, correct? Then you will grasp it. Once you're clear with it, you will explain him. So you're left with around 20 to 30 minutes, depends on this discussion. And in that time, you have to code it, right? So sometimes it may happen that you have written just the half of the code. But this discussion was so much awesome, you're qualified for the next round. Guys, clear? So once you are having that discussion, make an habit. When you're writing the code, you're talking to yourself. Because some people have the habit, they will think, but they won't speak. So if that is the case, even a thought process introvert won't be able to catch. Okay, now it's in separate discussion. Let's try to code it up. Okay, one more people have sent me the code. Got a very small mistake. Start should be less than end. Start should be less than end. Cool. So public int. Let's have the function names as find sum equal to k, or find sum. It's fine. Or you want to give any name. It's up to you. So I'm not going into the detail. You need an array, and what you need the value of k. Do you need the value of n? Guys, do you need the value of n? Yes, no? The size of an array? Actually, no, because you can calculate it by finding ar.length, and the number of arguments should be less, right? Then you will initialize your I and j. I is equal to 0 and j should be equal to what? N minus 1. Make sense? Then you will run your while loop. I should be less than j, and the three condition which you have discussed. If else, if and else. At the end, you will return false if you're not able to find it. Sorry, a return type should be Boolean. Cool, guys. Can you finish off this condition or shall I write it down? Can you do it? Yes, no? Yes, great. That's the confidence you should have. Okay, okay. Now, guys, there are lots of things in the 2 pointers. Your instructor will take care of that. Your instructor will take care of that. Now, let's come back to the a topic called insertion sort. Previously, you've trusted me. The logic which I've explained was correct. The code which I've written was correct. Yes or no? But this time, it may happen that I'm writing the wrong code and you have to correct me. Let's see how much attentive you are. Cool? Okay, that's the nice thing. Now, let's say that. Let's take an example. Are you aware about bubble sort? Had you tried it? Anyone? But not in the class, not taught. So we will uh, ask them to release the videos of the bubble sort. You can go through that bubble sort and the selection sort. These are pretty simple to understand. And even the classroom time, it's also not required to spend on these topics. Cool, guys? Okay, okay. So anyone has any understanding about the insertion sort? How does it work? There are some idiots. You have the video for the bubble sort and the insertion sort. Okay, so I guess, guys, it's you have to watch it down. I thought it's not been shared with you. Yeah. Cool, guys. I want you to get an idea about what is insertion sort so that we can take it and we should have a discussion on it. So once you're done, let me know. We will start our discussion.
So in chat window, should we have to write the insertion sort code?
No, I don't
What
want you to see the video of the bubble sort or the selection sort. I just want you to spend 3 to 4 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, just Googling it and trying to understand insertion sort. I'll definitely take this up, but I just want you to do a little R&D or your end. Okay, just spend 3 to 4 minutes. Guys, shall we continue our discussion? Cool, guys. Oh, guys, topic is gonna take the time. Topic is gonna take the time. Can't. The point is, it's the software is working too slow. Okay, I'm not able to view your chats. Just give me a minute. Okay, so if I want to sort anything, if I want to sort anything, can you tell me how I can sort them? Okay. Guys, I guess software is not responding. Still, I'm unable to view your chat. Let me stop the share. Is it fine if I will discuss it tomorrow? For that, you can quickly go through that. Sure.
Sir,
Sorry for that. Yes, go
sir,
ahead,
shall we
Vishnu.
start on time, end on time?
Cool, Vishnu. It works for me. Tomorrow, I guess it's Friday, right?
Yes,
So you will have the holiday on Saturday, Sunday.
yes.
So tomorrow, can I extend the session?
I would prefer stay
I'll
within
s-
the time.
I'll start at 8. But will it be fine if I will take at 9:30, 9:45?
Okay, 9:30 is fine.
9:30 is fine. I won't extend beyond it. 9:30?
Yeah,
Cool. Because
but
the point is, haha, say.
but generally what's happening, we start 15 minutes late,
Mhm.
and that eats up most of the time.
Sorry, Vishnu, I'll take care of that. I'll take care of that. I'll start on time. The point is, students are also joining a bit late. That's why I logged in late. Sorry, next time I'll take care. Shall we start
Yeah.
exactly at 8? Everyone, if you promise me, I can do that. Promise
Yeah,
from your end?
I
Exactly on.
promise. I always join 5 minutes before.
Oh, that's a very good habit, Vishnu. Okay, cool guys, done. Exactly at 8 we'll start the session.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Vishnu. It's good. We should be punctual with that. Yeah. Any question I would like to share? I'll say that there are questions in the hacker rank based on bubble sort, selection sort, insertion sort. Leave the insertion sort, bubble sort, and selection should be done. The questions are a bit tricky, but you should do it. And there's also the question based on the two pointer which we have learned today. To sum or pair sum, there should be the name. I'm not able to remember exactly, but you can solve it. Cool, guys. So tomorrow session from 8 to 9:30. That's more than enough. Okay.
Yeah, you said that for hash code you can ask question at the end. Can
Yeah,
I ask
sure. You
you?
can, man. You can.
So the like in object class, the hash code, how it is implemented, uh,
Mhm.
it doesn't. How does it work? Like there are so many objects, and how they are stored.
How they are stored. So you want me to open the hashmap class, right?
I mean, object class would be also fine because object is getting stored in hash using hash code.
So I can store anything, right? It's in generic. I can store integer. I can store anything. The point is the way it will be storing integer in the same manner it will be storing string. The same manner it will be storing your any class object,
Yeah.
right? So this is your constructor. Let's see how it is storing the stuff. So this is nothing but your hash table.
Okay.
Okay, okay. So what I'll do, you want to know exactly about the source code? That's your actual point, Vishnu?
So last time when you explained that
Mm-hmm.
if the values are stored, then how array list within that the values are stored so that to avoid collision. So
Mm-hmm.
from that point on, how does it work?
From that point on, how does it work? Didn't get your point again.
So like if there are millions of objects and they're all stored on a stack or somewhere, then to avoid collision,
And
they
see,
are of different data types also.
they are
How?
different data. This is your array. This is your array, right?
So we are talking about storage in an array or
Mhm.
every object in within the JVM.
See, as of now, we are not dealing with the JVM. We are not going into that much depth. We are trying about how does things works programmatically. See, how does
Okay.
JVM store the object? It's his headache. Even if you know, can you change it?
No, I can't, but for interview purposes, it will be
Uh,
required.
they won't go into that depth.
Okay, so all we need is on the data structure how objects are retained. Is that
Correct.
okay?
So the entire discussion will be based on data structures point of view. They
Mhm.
won't go into the JVM unless and until you want them to go to the JVM.
Okay, right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, guys. Do you have any other question, Vishnu? I think I'm not
Oh, okay. And could you share this hash map code like which you did in the last class?
in the class.
Custom
Cool.
hash
I'll
map.
share that as well. Custom hash map. Cool. I'll
Okay.
share it with you.
And you could
Uh,
put your number here so that we'll ask admin to add you to that group.
cool. I'll talk to the admin. Not to worry. It's their headache to do that. Okay.
Yeah,
So
but
definitely they
time
will add
gets
me.
passed and then after again things
Mm,
don't get done.
I understood. I'll ping them right away.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Ashnu. Anything else, guys? Cool. Thank you, class.
Thank you.